song in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Buddy.
The world needs that for one. Oh. The world.
You are now listening to the sounds of Easaleo.
Nah. I can't get that right now.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Buddy.
The world needs that for one. Oh.
There it is.
Come on, D. You got the
You are now listening to the sounds. Welcome to RVA Rap Elite Recap Podcast Season Premiere.
Peace.
Season 5 is officially launched. Let me grab this link here and share it with the people real quick. You know what I mean? The Mecca of Virginia lyricism. You hear me? Coming off a great episode. Clap it up for season premiere.
Most definitely.
Amazing episode. Shout out to Tang and Biscuit.
Yes, sir. Nice atmosphere.
Super shout out to Tang and Biscuit, man. Great hospitality, great aesthetic, great service, everything. The sound.
When it warms up, that's gonna be a nice spot.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy in the summertime, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the sound I thought was way better.
Than the other place.
Yeah, I thought the MC sounded very clear. Wasn't a lot of adjusting that needed to be done to hear them. And you know, that's saying a lot considering it's a bigger space. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely was super happy with Tang and Biscuit. I should have hollered at Rel Life. Shout out to Rel Life. Congratulations to Rel Life on his second championship hoodie. I think you're muted, Nick.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, shout out to Rel Life, man.
Shout out to Rel Life. That.
Like,
you know,
that was an ill line.
The guy has a way of doing that, you know.
Like, yo, how old is this guy? Does he remember that? Yo, that was a fire line.
How did he word that joint again?
He said, trying to think of the setup line.
It said something about dots. Then he was like, dot. Do you remember the time?
And he went straight to but the remember the time was like, remember the time that I like he just didn't. It wasn't like he just left it as a punchline. He just like it was like a chain that carried into the next line. I was really impressed by that. He used his rhyme structures to line his punches up really well as well. Like, but we'll get into that. So a lot of things went down. Shout out to Skinny Hendrix, Team Skinny Hendrix, for winning the Cypher versus Cypher and establishing the new rule. Because Skinny came up to me afterwards and was like, he not getting off the court. He bringing his guys back next month, so set up the next producer for him.
Whoa.
So it's make it, take it. That's what we doing. Winner stays on the court type of shit.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what's going on now.
So, that's a good precedent to set. I like that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Does he get to switch up?
You gotta come take it.
I asked him that. He said he's going to try to keep his team if they're all available. If he doesn't, he can. He's the. It's up to him. Whatever. If you want to switch it up, he can switch it up. He's the.
I wouldn't be mad at a little switch up, maybe 1 or 2 people swap out, but the same people would be cool too. But I like that idea of keeping his squad, until somebody knocks him out type thing.
Yeah, I it's like pickup. It's like pickup. It's like really like the Rucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like you playing pickup at the Rucker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about it. I was already excited about the whole producer versus producer aspect of it, but you throw in that point of view, it's like, oh yeah, I really like that. I think it's been, and they've been talking online. I seen J.L. Hodges kind of inquire. B Boy So say he's gonna come up with a team maybe in March. So but I mean, a lot of producers that could step up there, and put a team together. So I'm interested to see how this goes on. Let me see how many folks we got watching.
Nick, you putting the squad together?
Oh shit! A dream team.
Yeah, interesting. I think there's 2 people that there's 2 producers basically that have an unfair advantage when it comes to putting teams together, and it happens to be Nicholas F and Name Brand. I'm pretty much telling everybody no unless it's one of them. If Nick or Name Brand decide to step on the court and my phone rings, it's by obligation. I don't. That's just how that goes. But and I'd like to see that. The question is, do you get to rap for yourself? I guess you could. Would you be? And I'm sure you would.
Hey, look, any beat that anybody else rapping on, nigga, I already got a verse to it. So that's without a doubt.
All right, so let's get into to like these stats. Man, it's been a long time since we did one of these. I almost forgot the format. Pulling up the stats here. So what do we usually start from, like 15 up, 10, 15? I want to start a little bit lower than 15. There's a couple of people I want to speak about on the lower end of the spectrum. Shell's Wealth, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Definitely her first time. I thought
that was a surprise. When you said the name, I wasn't sure that I was hearing it right.
When I saw her sign up, I wasn't sure if I was seeing it right.
Yeah. That's what
so very abstract pen. Super abstract writing. It seemed like she was doing a bit of storytelling, a lot of storytelling. I didn't expect that approach. It was actually pretty artistic.
Yeah, I personally,
spoken word delivery wise.
That's why I was gonna go with it. It's spoken and wordy, but I honestly thought the pen was pretty decent as well. I just feel like they're like once she learns and understands like rap, like cadence structure, like stanzas or whatever, like this putting them together, like the drum might be all right. There was a few thoughts in there, especially like towards the end of the verse, like the latter third of the verse. She started stringing together some crazy thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like it was stringing together pretty dope, man. So I would like to hear more from it. It was a dope surprise. And I could also tell that it was a form of just like expression and venting for her as well.
Like almost like therapy, man, because she was saying some heavy stuff, man. So I definitely like give her props on her bravery for like
she like opened up.
Yeah.
Like she like opened her closet up for a second, and I thought that was dope.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
I would like to hear I would like to hear her continue on, and then
Yes.
just what
Signed up.
it kind of reminded me of. It kind of honestly reminded me a little bit of Madam V.
I was gonna say that. I really was gonna say
it reminded me of Madam V. But
let me tell you.
That's what you thought?
Mike and Dion was kind of they was mad at me because when she right after she finished her joint, I might have said that I felt like that was a diet version of Madam V. But
okay. That's what
I felt, because you know what I'm saying? It was a poetic, poetic vibe, but it wasn't as aggressive as, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. It wasn't as confident and comfortable as
it was like. Yeah. And you know what? I noticed that she started picking up speed later in the verse. Like
it started happening.
She kind of was like filling it out at the beginning. Then she got a few reactions, and then she just started kind of like getting more into her bag. So that's what I'm saying. Like, to see her get more comfortable. But yeah, I definitely was getting Madam V vibes.
Well, she signed up for next month. She said she's.
Oh wow.
She said she's planning on working her way up to the top, is what she said. So.
Oh shit.
So I'm interested in seeing what this and she was taking photos all night.
Shout out to the female.
Yeah.
Females, man.
Absolutely, man. Much love. And I look forward to seeing where that goes too. And just her growth.
I'm glad I'm not alone in that though, because Mike and Dion was acting like I was tripping.
For real?
Yeah, maybe because I said it was like a diet version of Madam V, but I just meant like it was like
it wasn't as heavy.
Without the intensity that, you know what I'm saying, Madam V brings, but it definitely had that spoken word vibe where I'm like, I'm just getting shit off my chest.
Absolutely, absolutely, I 100% see that. Which I think also, like I said, makes it interesting to see where it goes, where her writing goes, where her performance goes. So shout out to Shell's Well. Next was Miss Simone J. Simone, this was obviously not one of her best performances. She did lose her material at one point, but she ended up picking it up. It just wasn't, her writing wasn't as potent as it has been recently. But everyone has off nights.
She did. That was another one where she kind of started to pick it up after a point.
Mm-hmm.
Or there was either a drop off or a pickup, but I think it was a pickup at some point. But
From what I remember, last episode, she kind of like shut shit down, didn't she?
Yeah, she went crazy. So that's the thing. Yeah. The expectations are high too for her coming into this one.
I think. Well, I don't think it was the last one. It was like two back, maybe.
Was it? Okay.
They want the season finale.
I think the last one she did good too, though.
No, she did do good.
She's been actually one of the most consistent people of last season.
Sure.
Last one.
Absolutely. That one was like, I
was expecting her working her way up. Honestly, from her, I was expecting some more room rockers, to be honest with you, like to kick off the season. I was expecting like heavy hitting from her, which it was good, but it wasn't as hard hitting as the end of last season.
Right.
I only gave her the low score that I did because she messed up.
Yeah, that was really what it was.
Yeah, the best up. Because that messes up momentum.
Yeah. She lost her material good. She had to start freestyling, which is that's old school.
She does good though. She's good at freestyling. Like,
yeah, she is. That was old school.
Historically, has been good at freestyling. That's what she did at first.
Right.
Shout out to her. Shout out to Miss Simone J, man.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be right back up towards the top.
You working hard, man. I told you, I seen her out here running on you know what I'm saying, doing the heavy jogs like I was doing. And so like respect to the hard work too.
Word.
Absolutely. And she does a lot of work in the community as well. So super shout out to Simone. Exit 23. Exit 23, it still seems to be trying to find, he's been in and out the Cypher for years, never necessarily is like a person that's there every month. But he's been around since I think like season 1, season 2. I think that he has a lot of potential, but there's two things like really holding him back. One is just confidence. You could just always kind of feel that he's got a bit of timidity.
Yeah, I talked to him, and I think it was coming through. What I was picking up was his breath control. It seemed like he was fighting to get air, and couldn't get the words out with any like real force behind them. You know what I mean? And to be able to stand on them. So he actually came up to me after his verse, and you know what I'm saying. I talked to him for a little bit and told him like I can hear the bars. You know what I mean? I can see that he can write. You know what I mean? Just a matter of getting it out, strongly and confidently.
Absolutely. Cypher Alexander, I think, score wise, he ended up in the same place. I thought he was a little more clear this time, but it's crazy because sometimes, I feel like he has the potential to score a lot higher than he does.
Yeah, he does. And you don't never want to tell somebody to like change their style.
So
I struggle with that.
So let me tell you,
I struggle with that.
This is what I started doing, right? Because I thought about that. A man's style is a man's style, right?
Right.
So I figured even if I might have even if I might make tweaks to the style, right? It's not my place to say that. So I feel like I judge it. That's when I lean on the words, right?
Right. That's what I was about to say. That's when I started paying attention.
Before him, even the guy who rapped before him, his score, if you say I might have been a little generous, I would say it was based off of what he was saying, the technical wordplay that was there, although the delivery wasn't fully in pocket. And the thing with Cypher Alexander, he has an abstract delivery and it fits him as a person. So it's like we can't tell him to get in a box and
listen to what
fall into a structure because he's not structured. So I judge him based off the content solely.
Right. I was listening to his lyrics more like this episode. That's why I gave him the score that I did, because I was listening and I've heard him be more lyrical in past episodes.
Yeah, man.
So,
I think he towards the end of last season, he had a really strong showing. One of those weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Snap.
I remember. I know exactly.
Yeah, and I can tell that his confidence is getting better. His confidence is definitely stepping up. I just would like for him to focus on, if you're gonna stay in that abstract style, like focus on what can be just being a little more intentional about the things that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? To where you can string together some clever lines or some things that maybe some more imagery, because it's hard to tell somebody exactly what to do. I can't tell you like throw some punchlines, and that's just not your style. You know what I'm saying? But if you can find things that can kind of draw, and it's so difficult with that style.
I have a suggestion though. I think part of what sometimes makes it like sometimes it might come across like it's jumbled a bit, right? But the reason why I think is it'll be mic control. And so in like there are certain parts when he'll want to put more emphasis and he'll get louder with his voice, but also get closer to the mic. And so when you're listening to it, the sound is coming at you like this. You know what I mean? So it's like, and he moves a lot. So the microphone is like this. You know what I mean? So like maybe if it's just like you can have your wild style. You gotta think, oh, Dirty had a wild style, Busta had a wild
But
style.
this is what I was gonna say.
Oh.
This is what I was gonna say too. Instead of actually telling somebody specifically what to do, sometimes it may be for a person that has a style like that to study MCs that have those type of abstract styles and study them in different content, not necessarily their songs per se, but like if you can catch like Cypher clips or when they were rapping in groups and audiences, things that they might have did or said that, you know, was captivating or drew a reaction, or, you know, just study those drunken styles, you know what I'm saying? And maybe I'll think of some people I can send him some.
You know what? I was gonna say that might be a good segment that we could add. This like because in the past we made suggestions for other MCs to study certain people, and that's because that's things that we do as artists, right? We constantly study other people, and so like maybe that's something we could do, you know, like here and there. If there's a certain artist or certain rapper that hits the platform, maybe we can offer up, you know, suggestions, homework, or whatever we want to call it. This is cool.
I definitely want to I ain't gonna say that yet. I'm gonna talk to you about that. I definitely got some ideas about some mentoring opportunities that we could present, but it's gonna come along with like some achievement based or some tenure based type of, like, in order to gain access, it may require you to have been around for a certain amount of episodes or for having accomplished certain things, but we'll see about that. I think that could be interesting for all of us. Theo.B, I thought this was like a very middle of the road performance for Theo.B. I did like certain aspects of the storytelling. He was talking about being in the studio, and it gave me that old school rapper feel when he was like, yeah, my man said, it was like, I fucked with the story, but
you know what I was thinking when you saying is, so I feel like there was a bar that he said at the very beginning of his verse. It was like the first bar. He said something about the beat not sitting right with him or something about it. And honestly, I think the Mike Tyson clip at the beginning of it probably threw him off.
I think it was problematic.
Having to listen to it repeatedly. You know what I mean? Right. It probably threw him off. We know where his faith lies and what he stands on and stuff like that. So it probably did throw him off a bit. And I didn't think about that, you know what I mean, when I put the beat out there. I was just trying to use it to channel like aggressive energy out of the MCs. You know what I mean?
You know what's so funny though? I asked somebody asked at some point whether or not that was going to be in there during the cypher, and I was like, we'll probably take it out during the cypher, whatever. But it was asked to be by the majority of the MCs to keep it.
How I looked at it also, it's 4 bars, so it gives the time to drop. It gives you a time to talk, get yourself together, and then drop. So there's no like question on when to drop. It sets it up for you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. They most, I mean, it was a bunch of people just like, make sure
that the clip was hard. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it was perfect.
But I do also understand, you know what I mean? I can understand that perspective if that was an issue for him. But I thought that I picked that up.
Yeah. Grand Star Hayes. I thought he was dope. I don't think lyrically he did anything spectacular, but I like the clarity. Yep. I like this content. I like the confidence, the delivery. I really did enjoy his performance, especially for one of the earlier people. He kind of was like one of those moments where I felt like it was picking up a little bit. on the early
Yeah,
side.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would say the beginning of this episode didn't start off. It wasn't fireworks.
No. It was tough. It was a tough
time to build that energy up in the room. And
it was
like
tough.
you gotta understand though, it's kind of like christening a new area, a new spot. You know what I mean? Like, so
it's been a couple months off.
Like it that comes with it, and that's all. That's something the MCs have to work through as well. We're in the new space. We got to put that new energy into that building.
Absolutely.
But I did think Grand Star Hayes was dope, and his clarity and clear delivery really kind of it did pep things up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like beforehand, you have a lot of more like not as like strong and heavy hitting delivery. So that was kind of like a perk up for sure.
Absolutely. Pharaoh. I like his pen. It's abstract. I think he raps clear. I would like to see a little bit more. It's like I can understand where he's coming from complexity wise when he writes, but I would like to see him connected to something that hits more. Like when I'm listening to it, I'll be like, oh, he about to go somewhere, but it doesn't actually like land in a, you know what I'm saying? Where I be thinking it's gonna land.
His raps should lead up to a punch.
Right.
Like with his content, and the way he comes across, it should lead up to a punch. He does string together. I told him, I was like, yo, like I could tell you like you putting a lot of content in there. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot to unpack. But it should like for listener satisfaction or for like you got to give people their treats, and the treats are those clever little flips. He did have a few cool things. I thought one thing he said something about this is my biologic or something, like my biological, like something like that was pretty dope. And then also one thing I would say for him is listening back, his is a little spoken word is as well, whereas where it doesn't always rhyme. You know what I mean?
Right. He breaks the structure.
Expected to, and it's like of course we want to be outside the box, but sometimes the thing with rap is sometimes you got to give people what they want, and what you do is when you want to throw those curveballs, you let them be curveballs. If it's constant curveballs, then it's not
really right. Then you're really just not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. So like you give people the structure, and then you hit them with the curveball and fuck them up with it. Like, oh, okay. You tried to trip me up. Oh, I got you. You know what I mean? And then you hit them with another punch after that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like you those are all different tools. Those are like tools in a bag, yo. And as time goes on, you learn where to place certain tools. It's all about like placement,
Absolutely.
He had a lot of if you know content.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of terminology.
You have to bring it around to a punch.
Oh yeah, you gotta tie it. You gotta take that. If you know content and tie it to something relatable. That's how it hits.
Right. And a lot of great rappers will take some shit like that and make a punchline, a simile or a metaphor out of it that'll make you want to go look up what they talking about. Like
put people on that way.
Yeah. Like how does that relate to the punchline that I fully understand? You know what I'm saying? How does that play into what you're talking about?
Right.
I like when rappers
always hoping that people are looking up and trying to like reference or fact check the certain things that I say. Like I'm always hoping that, because I used to do that shit. I still do that shit. So
Kilo Kai, I thought this was his best performance so far, and he clearly was at Kello and the game over there. I thought I heard something personal in there.
I thought I did too.
He said somebody. That's why you ain't bring her. I was like, wait.
Yeah. He went at it.
Yeah, because they both from the 757, so it's very possible. But I was like,
he was at it. It was good. It was good. I liked it. I really enjoyed it.
I like the attitude.
That really woke the room up as well.
Right. It was one of the turning points too. It was definitely
that was one of the turning points. It was like, oh, okay, yeah. Niggas just coming to talk now.
Yeah, I don't think that he got very lyrical. I think there was a point where there were points where I liked the technical things, but for the most part, I think I enjoyed just the direct.
Yo, you took the word right out of my head. I just loved how direct it was.
Yeah, super direct.
It was like it won't pull in no punches. It won't no sugar on top. It was just like, nigga,
very unapologetic. Like we got some issues.
Yeah.
And that's not the same as a name drop. For those that are saying, "Oh, I love a name drop," it wasn't about a name drop. It was about making another MC feel uncomfortable and
making points.
Right.
They weren't punches or anything. He was just like making statements, like statements that you have to stand on, sort of type thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's impactful.
What be taking place in this this group chat before the ciphers go down, man?
Was nothing between the two of them. That's why I felt like it was more. It was more of a personal thing, or maybe it was a name Kilo situation.
I heard something about that too. He said like the nigga tried to like.
I think there's a thing where people get their names confused a lot, and
making
like,
it clear.
Yeah, so I think that was just and another thing is let's not forget this. Kello was the defending champion, rookie of the year. It was his episode. He was performing. He was in a group cipher. He was in an open cipher. He was defending. He just got crowned rookie of the year. He was the guy to talk about.
Yeah. And they had a whole table set up. They had the sign.
Oh yeah, it is. They had the flyers all around the room.
I like that though.
Yeah, I loved it.
And for real, like I would like to see more like people representing in the building like that. Like it would be dope to see people representing.
Speaking of, that segues into a conversation that has been going on in the chat that I kind of dropped the seed in, that I was like saying, yo, I'd love to see more factions, more crews within Rap Elite. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to use too, factions.
So there's been a lot of talk about that. MCs have been kind of discussing who they might want to. So we may be seeing some of that. And I would love to see the Cypher versus Cyphers transition to those crews. I'd love to see crews decorated. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we got this many champions in our crew, or this many hoodies in our crew. We got a belt in our crew. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of talk. You know what I mean? On some Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do, Eagle Fang type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
look, I've been binging the Harry Potters on some Hufflepuff, Slytherin. What's the other ones? What you feel me?
Those like the only two that I know too. I said those like the only two that I know too.
Windlehorfs.
I don't even know none of. I ain't never even.
Duffendorf. I don't know the names. Yo, when I first started watching them shits, I spent like a week just coming up with them names like Sliffer Slaff, and just like it's got to be 3 syllables, whatever. Anyway, go ahead.
You know what? I'm gonna throw this out there for the next person that's on the list, because I'm gonna throw this out there since we talked about Theo B being a man of faith. This other man of faith. Next up, Jason.
Yo.
So look, you got Jason, you got Theo, and Key Speech is another MC that is a man of faith.
Yep.
I think they are fire. They will be a dope crew together, just as people, but like as MCs as well. And then you add like Trademark being the OG of that crew would be crazy.
Yeah, and them sharpening swords among each other. Like you gotta think, Key Speech is like wit and just like line writing. Like Jason has this crazy ass delivery,
right?
And like Trademark, yo, that's Theo, and then like you got Theo B is like an anchor. You know what I'm saying? Like solid.
And if they were to wrote trademark in, if they were to wrote trademark in, he's just like the perfect all around MC.
That's a crazy Cypher team.
Crazy. Crazy. That's what I'm saying. They need to be a crew. I'm putting that out there. You know what I'm saying? If y'all watching, you know,
crazy.
Hey, just know I put that out there. I would love to see that. Maybe y'all could, you know what I mean? And y'all can have Bible study. Hey, you can invite me to Bible study. I'll come through.
Oh, I wanted to say this about Jason. I guess that's what who is about to
Yep.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So I was listening to his verse earlier again today, and like though it wasn't as like lyrical as previous, right? What I noticed about Jason that I really like this dude's delivery. Like his delivery is fire.
Well,
and
that's been the thing.
And he writes but he also he writes in dope patterns and structures, and he uses like hard consonants, very like pistol pack pop pop pop, like pop pop, like his shit's hit. His lyrics literally sound like he's punching on the microphone on the beat, like constantly. Like I like to listen to it for the cadence of it.
And I think that is actually, I'll be honest with you though, that is absolutely the fact, and that's why, and it's good to the ears, to anyone that's watching and listening. Everyone's always like reacting to Jason rapping, whether he's saying anything or not.
That's what I'm saying. He can get a reaction of delivery alone.
Yes, and he does. But what I'm gonna say is, for Jason, in order to get over the hump, I do need you to focus your writing. I think that one of the things when I was listening this past time, as much as I enjoyed the verse, I also felt like he was kind of all over the place. Mm-hmm. Like you would go from like, it's just like you're just going in like all these different directions. And I really would like to see some more metaphors, some more punchlines. Study that, because if you can work that into your delivery where you have this potent content on top of the potent delivery, it'll be very, very, very difficult to beat you. You know, because you're talking about just explosiveness all the way around. With the only thing that's preventing, like, you know, you from like completely blowing the roof off is that when we're hearing it, we're not hearing anything mind-blowing lyrically. If these lines were like hitting like that, but they were also like crazy lines, it'd be like, oh shit.
You would
you know what I'm saying?
He did have a performance like that last year. Like I remember the very first bar out his mouth was just crazy, and it was just like line after line. I know he can do it. And then look, going back to that team, you put him with a guy like Key Speech, and they're sharpening swords, sparring.
That's the thing. So I almost want to jump ahead. How far up is Key Speech is way the fuck up there, but we'll get to that, because yes, and there's things Key Speech can learn from a Jason when it comes to, you know, conviction and delivery aspects. Not to say I would ever expect him to rap like Jason, but just breaking up some of that content and how he delivers it is definitely something that Key Speech would separate Key Speech from where he is in the very top of the ladder. But next person up is Uno. Another dope pen.
Yes, sir. One thing I feel like hindered him this performance was keeping that mask on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even though, you know, if you want to yell it, they'll never want to discourage anybody from wearing their mask if they want to wear their mask in these times that we're in. But, you know what I'm saying? I do feel like that kind of hindered him in his performance a little bit. I seen him adjusting it a couple times. And I feel like if he didn't have that joint, he would have been more comfortable, spit a lot more clear, had more conviction with his joint, and the bars would have came off a lot better because he had some fire lines in that joint for sure.
He had crazy lines, and I was gonna say the same thing. Just like I know, but he's like, we gotta hear you. You know, like if we got the cover there, put the cover on there. We gotta hear it clear because like it be paining me. It pains me when I can hear a nigga like kicking some ill ass shit, but it ain't coming through the speakers the way it should be coming through the speakers. And the people ain't getting it the way they should be getting it. You know what I'm saying?
He had some crazy lines,
Shout
man.
out to him. Yeah, I definitely want to see more of him, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, you know, Uno is a multi-talented guy, produces, visuals, you know, everything. So I mean, he made some really dope images from him on stage as well, you know, so he promotes himself very well. So he's outside, you know, that's what he said this year. He's definitely gonna be in the bunch. So
I was looking forward to hearing him too.
Yeah,
for sure. Trig. So
Trig is funny, yeah.
Trig is crazy. Trig is difficult to assess, you know, like
And Trey all thin and then
most passionate.
Oh, that nigga is so funny, man.
Super abstract, super unique, entertaining as hell. You know, that his pen is sneaky as hell.
He's had a crazy line about something extended, like some. I can't remember the line, man. He had some shit though.
Definitely, I think Trig's only thing is, you know, focusing in on, you know, one particular thing. Like you doing the Cypher this month, focus on that shit. Like see the verse all the way through, deliver it how you want to deliver it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even when he gets through his verses, sometimes I still feel like, you know, it's almost like the way he be delivering it, you be wondering if he freestyling sometimes, because it's like,
yo, if we can get Trig on 100, he will win.
Facts.
I tell this nigga this shit all the time. If Trig is on 100, he will win because he has a pen. He has this wild personality. He has a great voice. In projection, he has one of the best projections out there. You know what I mean? Like in terms of just like his voice carries, it's heavy, it's loud, it's in your face, it's clear. It's just like as long as if we could just get that clean performance from him, you know, and with everything wrapped up in a bow, like he's another one that'd be hard to beat.
Absolutely. That's the case for Trig always and always.
Like he's gonna practice it enough
throughout
the month. Just practice it every day, a couple times.
Wansky, Dr. Wansky made Matt. Let me get that right.
I really like this verse.
Yeah, no, it was fire. The story he told, yeah, like and the thing is, I looked at him as a punchliner. So to me, this was actually surprising that he took that approach. You know what I'm saying? But it lets you know that he has range with his pen. And I was hoping he was going to come in punchlining. Honestly, though, I was looking forward to that. But I did enjoy his verse quite a bit, which is why he ended up at number 10. You know, he's in the top 10.
For me, it was what he was standing on that I liked in the verse. It was like he's standing on like educated street niggas. You know what I mean? Like you know that's right up my alley. You know what I mean?
He like, yo, I'm a doctor for real.
Yeah, like I respect that. Like that got claps and reaction from me. All my niggas graduated. Like what? You know, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't say that, but I applaud that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Definitely. Eve, what was your opinion of Wansky? Our scores were that's probably the widest margin between our scores and your score. So just wanted to get, because the MCs, when they ask questions like, what can I do to get to a certain space? If it's not my score that can explain it to them, I have to transition it over. So what are your takeaways?
I still didn't I didn't take a chance to rewatch the joint yet to see, because I did want to see why was my joint a little bit loaded, but keep in mind that y'all's scores are a little bit higher than mine in general anyway. So keeping that in mind, it's not too crazy, but I just didn't hear anything like that super like impressed me enough, I guess, that made me want to put him with the other MCs that I scored in like the 7.5, 8 range that night. Like I felt like Uno probably had some better bars.
And I mean, I can see. I mean, looking at your scores among the people around that score range, I can understand where that comes from. I mean, I can tell you, Uno, you only have a 0.5 higher. Sure, you have a 0.5 higher.
Jason.
Well, like I said, for me, like, it was the statements that he made is what got him the score that he got from me. Mm-hmm. Had I been judging it based off of punches, you know what I mean? Like, basically what I'm saying, never mind. Go ahead. Never mind. I'm not going to try and explain it. I'm not going to try and explain it.
No, I can understand. Sometimes it's like, content hits.
It hits people differently, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like it just might not have just resonated the same. You know what I mean?
And that was he went like right after Bakari, who had just killed it, and then Straight Authentic after him had just killed it. I mean, just killed it again. So yeah, like I didn't it just, the bars wasn't, I guess,
just didn't hit for you.
Yeah, just didn't hit for me personally. You know what I'm saying? But
all right,
it's not to say what he was saying wasn't dope, but it's just like
it wasn't. I mean, I can understand because it wasn't like,
because I understand what Nick's saying about the statements that he was making. Like, yeah, that's
not that it was a lyrical verse. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I just liked what he was standing on. You know what I mean? So that's why he got the.
Oh, sorry, guys.
But like I said, I can see why, like, if you're judging it based off of a lyrical standpoint, following like a Bakari or whatever, then I can see, you know what I mean, if what he was saying didn't hit with you the same way it hit with me.
Most definitely. All right, so Stick Describe. I thought Stick Describe was dope. He's always dope. And I thought, flow patterns, rhyme structures was cool. I didn't think he was as lyrical as I've always kind of characterized him to be. Personally, I mean, he had a dope verse. He got a dope score, but I do think I was looking for him to give me a little bit more. But the patterns were dope. His approach was dope. The flow was dope. And that's, that was definitely, I mean, that's not to take away anything from him, but I think that's only what maybe has separated him from the people at the top of the heap for me.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I just thought he didn't all the way hit levels that he'd hit before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it was. But it was definitely good. It was definitely like, grade A writing, it just didn't have the same hit that it.
I think that was also when he took I think, kind of like an introspective approach too.
Yeah.
And it was more like an expression verse more so than.
When it's dope to do that. The thing, the kind of gamble with that is who goes before you. You know what I mean? Like somebody goes right before you and they're just like punched out or whatever, something that gets a bunch of that's written to elicit a certain type of reaction, then it
can make that go flat. It can make your content
go
flat. And then also it's like then you also like depending upon it requires a lot of like whether or not the we're relating on a certain level to what it is that you're, or if you can paint that picture to make it relatable to the room. You know what I'm saying? Like otherwise it's like, okay, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard to score that high. Like it's like when Fizzle gave that verse on the roof and was just like, do you know what it's like to lose blood weight? And talk about the surgeries, the different surgeries, and tying that into like, y'all are rating my rhyme, or you're complaining about the rating you get for rhymes while I'm rhyming with dealing with this, that, and the other. Like that was relatable to the platform, and anybody that didn't know what Fizzle is going through. And shout out to King Fizzle because he's currently going through multiple surgeries. He just dropped a fire verse from the hospital bed on his IG.
Word.
I didn't know that.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, definitely go check him out. Show him some love, because he's definitely going through it. But it's like knowing that and it being delivered with such conviction and passion is what makes that introspectiveness land. Like that line has been quoted like 1,000 times by staff. You know what I'm saying? Like multiple people. You know what I'm saying? So it's if you're gonna do the introspective thing, come bear it all. Don't just kind of like toss it out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's not specifically the stick. That's across the board. You know what I'm saying? Maggie. I thought Maggie was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Maggie was dope. Pen was dope. Delivery was dope. I thought we could have got a little more oomph. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more oomph, a little more. Give us a little bit more to react to. It was kind of like flowing. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that could flow real good. You know what I mean? It kind of reminded me of Kello a little bit, but without the chip on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
It
was a little laid back, but what I wanted to specifically say though was that like that nigga's nice.
Yeah.
I was like just like listening. I was like, yo, son is nice. You know what I mean? Like just in that environment and in that setting, you know what I mean? It just might require just like a little bit more just energy with it. You know what I mean? To get the reactions that you probably should have been getting from some of those lines.
Right.
Yeah, like he definitely did that shit like on some like, yo, this is what I do type shit. Like he was nice with it. He definitely came up there with the confidence but yeah, I feel what y'all saying, like needed that room rocker energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it was like an upperclassman almost. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I gotta break a sweat with y'all on the gym right now.
Right. He was definitely one of my favorites of the night for sure.
Yeah. He had the bars, but it's like he won't have to break out the windbreakers on niggas. You know what I mean? I'll shoot around with y'all niggas real quick.
Nah, facts. Definitely that energy.
Yeah, he was like just letting them know like next time, don't pick
Yeah,
me,
I might
don't pick me this low next time.
put some numbers on the board on y'all.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of somebody that brings that energy pretty much all the time, Sai G.
Mm-hmm. He was on it.
Mm-hmm.
He was on
Always,
it.
always the slick pen,
Mm-hmm.
laid back style, confident. Um, always giving you some clever shit, whether it be like a metaphor, a punchline, or just some slick ass shit to say. You know what I'm saying? And he's
I like
strong.
his energy.
Yeah. I really don't even got no feedback from him for real. Like
It's no point. I mean,
IG, like
yeah, Sai G is Sai G. Like
like
he
if he gonna win it, he just gonna win it. You know what I
right.
mean? Like it just is what it is. Like he is who he is, and his shit is fire. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
It's one of those things where if he catches it, does he catch the stride that time or
right. Because he's definitely one of those people. I feel like he win on any given episode if he wants to.
If he wants, yeah,
Like you said, if Trey goes 100, like if he goes 100, he could definitely win any given episode.
yep, he's good, real good.
Kello, who was the defending champion, performed high level as
Yeah.
usual. Talk this shit, he Kello, just another one of those people, man. Like, and I think from here up, you're gonna kind of have that situation. I didn't think he was as punchy this time. I didn't think he was as controversial or, super clever.
Commercial from the beginning too.
Yeah, he was. That was his. That's always been his thing. Whether it was cussing us out or this,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, or dissing the, but it was always with style though. You know what I mean? And I think that's the thing that with Kello that separates him from a lot of people is that he brings a style element to it. He's not always got the most structured rhymes necessarily. It's not like these clear, succinct punchlines, but it's definitely punchlines in there. There's definitely a lot of cleverness in there. And he just has a way of he has a real polished drunken style too. You know what I'm saying? Where it feels like he's just kind of floating and you might get anything, you know what I'm saying, next off the barrel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got a chance to sit in on one of his sessions recently, his studio sessions. I fucks with Kello. He's a dope artist.
Yeah, I mean, he's and and I remember him used to be real sore loser energy early on, but he was scoring super high for a new guy. And it was like, yo, you just keep doing what you're doing. And then it's like the day that he came in with the super humble shit, like he just came in before he rapped and was like, yo, I just want to thank you for the platform and do whoop de whoop. I'm like, oh, I appreciate that. Nigga went up there and went crazy and won. You know what I'm saying? And that's, so
Funny.
I think it takes a person, that's the thing about this thing. Like it's part of this is gonna make you you will get humbled. And in the humbling process, if you don't get broken or you don't quit, it will make you better. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's going through and walking through that fire that makes MCs reach their next level. It's like, you got to be able to eat that shit. You know what I'm saying? And times you thought you should have won, you got to lose. And you got to come back the very next month. Don't take no time off. You know what I'm saying? Don't take no time off. And you got to rap better than you rapped the last time. You know what I'm saying? And you have to do that. That's just what it is if you want to get to that point. And if and you just see the shift in MCs when you see that they're determined. Kello was one. Simone J was one. Rel Life, which we'll get to in a second, was one where you could just see how they're talking about it. Even in their losses, it's like, I got that close. Watch. You know what I'm saying? and they just keep coming back. So shout out to Kello, man, because he's been in Richmond a lot lately.
Jason, one of them dudes that I've been waiting to reach back to that, because he reached a peak last
Last
season.
Early in the season.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be interesting because last season he had a new job and he had to like take time off and then come back and take time off and come back. But he said that, you know, he got freed up on his schedule. So he's here all season. So I think we will see that elevation from Jason. He's already signed up.
I got my eye on that nigga, man. I like Jason, man.
And like we was just saying, Side G as well, because I remember he had a crazy moment last season too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Side G was our finale champion season 3.
Yep.
I mean, so he has a hoodie, you know. But speaking of champions, next up, the logo.
The logo.
That
definitely needs to be his nickname, yo.
Nickname.
The logo.
Yep. Logo. The Rap Elite logo, Vintage A. I thought he was dope. I thought his better verse was in the Cypher versus Cypher. Mm-hmm. But he was dope as always. He's never not in the top of the heap, you know.
He's another one that's like, what do you say? You know,
yeah, what do you say? You know, how do you critique, you know, an MVP? Like, you know, you just either had a special game or
right. Know, and I thought he was probably going to end up in sudden death, but you know,
yeah.
But he
landed right in that space of like, you know, like it's 4 people on here with a 27 flat. He's one,
right.
You know, Kello was one, Vintage, Key Speech next.
That's a crazy heap right there too.
Yeah, Key Speech, then Bakari Kennedy. So like
Key Speech went crazy this time, yo.
Yes, but my only thing, and this is the thing it's the same thing that separates him, and we're gonna have to lean all the way over the E's too for these next 2 people, because their score was lower for them than ours was. I do still think the difference between, I guess for me in this instance, the 9.5 and 10 for Key Speech would be, you got to space them rhymes out. Like, you still rushing them rhymes. And I think you smother your work a little bit. He smothers his work a little bit. I would like to hear the potency of those lyrics without them smothered.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, for me, like, Real Life had, you know, my top score, and then there was 3 people that I felt like under him, Vintage, Bakari, and Authentic, that, you know, killed it as well. But, you know, Real Life snapped. He had the best verse of the night, in my opinion. And then there was a bunch of MCs on that same tier under Vintage, Bakari, and Authentic, and you know, Key Speech was right there. I just didn't feel like he was there with Bakari, Authentic, and Vintage.
Well, I think what's important here then is, what is it do you feel separated him from them? Like what?
Just the lyrics, the moments in the room, the crowd reaction, just the overall impact of the verse. But you know what I'm saying, it was like some of the things that you saying, like the spacing and stuff, but you don't ever want to tell somebody, you know, how to rap and deliver their shit. But some of his stuff probably would have hit the room harder if, you know, you followed, you know, some of the advice that you talking about. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't on the tier of those three MCs that was right up under Real Life.
I can definitely dig that because I can definitely dig that.
Yeah, and for me, I don't know. The shit hit for me.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I
it hit.
definitely thought,
So
you gotta,
it didn't seem too rushed to me. But y'all know I'm on the L tyrosine these days, so I'm computing that like so maybe I don't know, but
all right. Bakari Kennedy. I thought Bakari Kennedy super snapped.
yeah, I'm listening to his joint again today too, and he was tying that shit line for line for line.
Line for line for line. Plus, he was direct, like we were saying. Kilo Kai was. He was definitely at not only Kello but the whole Goo Lagoon. And you know, he was clearly looking to make a statement. That was, I think, to me, that was Bakari's best verse that we've seen in the Cypher. I think that was the best one, especially from a delivery standpoint. But I felt like just the way that he delivered that, the confidence, everything, that was the best one from Bakari to me. And he asked me, he's like, yo, how do I get to sudden? So I have to shift over to, and I understand what you're saying. So that for you that night, the cap was the 8.5, unless you were the best verse of the night, which was Real Life with the 9. I don't know. You got, is there any critiques that you have for Bakari Kennedy?
That I have for Bakari, I mean, his verse was fire. Like, he had moments where he was, shaking the room. But yeah, he ain't. Y'all both scored Real Life higher than him as well.
You know,
0.5 higher. I mean, we all scored Real Life 0.5 higher than Bakari. So
I have a suggestion for Bakari. And so when you start reaching those upper levels, right, where you have all of your technicals down, right, and you're getting your point across and all your thoughts across clear, right, that extra in order to get that extra feel from niggas, right, it goes into that, like, that content that this gets like a bit like insightful, or just like a bit like true in a rugged nature. Like, it's hard for me to explain it. It's like it's like you have, there's just like there's like a level of like relatable content that you could throw in a worldly sense that's outside of the room of Rap Elite, right? So like you could throw your shots, you can do your lyricism, and then throw in that just like that rugged sort of spice to it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I articulated that well. Was it clear to either of you guys?
I know what you mean. I don't know if I was Bakari Kennedy, how I would necessarily apply that advice.
No, when I say I that's why I feel like I used the wrong word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have used the word rugged. That's what I'm trying to say, worldly.
Can you think of a line?
That's what this is the thing when we doing this on the spot. Yeah, I have to think about it.
I had to use an example. I may use the example of like one of Chance's lines from that night, and he said, I'm right across the street from the Yay, like Kim left us.
Okay, boom. So there we go. Now let me say what I say. This is the problem. This is not a problem with rap, but it's just a fact about rap. Yo, street shit is gonna elicit a reaction, right? Not everybody can talk it though, right? I don't know his life. I'm not saying he can or can't, right? But I don't hear a lot of it from him, and that's okay, right? So it's not that it has to be street shit, right? But there's a certain element, you know what I mean, that you can filter in somewhere that's going to, like, for instance, real life is going to give you, he's going to give you a street feel, yo, and is going to like that's what I'm saying. When you're in these upper tiers, there are certain things like if real life is going to do all of that, do all the same things, but then be able to sprinkle the street feel in, like it's the same thing in battle rap. You know, it's like you got your Geechee Gottis. You know, it's just like it's just going to hit. So that's just always an element. You know, like when you're nitpicking towards the top.
But
I feel like I might have even worded that wrong, you know, because it's really gray. It's really gray.
Yeah, because I don't want to lean anyone into a certain type of content, because I feel like everybody has a style that could win. It's just perfecting your style, which also includes content. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to lean anybody to any content that doesn't come natural to them. Because
hold on, let me try this one more last time, yo, because I don't want it to come off wrong. Because you saying that means that it came off wrong. So it's not street content. Like it is just that real life thrown in there. You know what I mean? Like delivered in a way that when you hear it, you go, oh.
I think
it's blood weight. It's blood weight.
You're saying like
blood weight,
a darker element.
Yeah, what I'm saying is blood weight.
Darkness is in every aspect of life, right? So like, you know, that's the thing. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be street. It could be, though, a nerd could tell you, like somebody that was a nerd could tell you an experience that they had that just when they were in high school being bullied in it hit a certain kind of way.
That's what I mean.
It's just how you
like the rugged nature. It's like the
dark.
It's blood weight. It's dark. Dark is a better word. It's blood weight though. You feel me? Blood weight. Blood weight, yo. That's what I'm talking about. I want blood weight from Bakari. You know what I'm saying? I want that blood, that pain. I want to hear that pain. You know what I mean? Like that struggle, that hurt. You know what I mean? That you know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for from him. I think he has all the technicals down. You know what I mean? And I think he can. I would love to just hear him tap in that sort of way. And sorry for that long, convoluted, drawn out thing. Couldn't get it out, but that's what I was trying to say.
No, I think you did good.
Nigga, don't lie to me, nigga.
Brand said, you know, Nick be liking a little sprinkle of dirt on everything.
That is true. That's very true. Very true.
All right, so Trey Authentic. Yeah. Like Trey Authentic is he's a bar machine. Like, and I've always known him to rap like that. That's even in battles, like it's just like a factory. He's like a factory of punchlines, a factory of lines. Like he's a factory of lines. Like that's how he raps. You know what I'm saying? And he's got that energy. It's like a bounce that he has when he's rapping. And it's just an energy of like literally like he's just like it's like a battery in his back to rap. He's just a rap machine, honestly. Because I mean, you gotta think he did this twice that night.
He's like a B. He's I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna say he's like a young B Magic with this bar.
Right. No, definitely. That's Trey Authentic, and he was in his element. I think the first time
reaction too.
Yeah, the first time he said he freestyled, so and he did well that time, but wrote for both ciphers. You know what I'm saying? He's just one of those guys, man, that just can rap a lot. It's just it's in him.
He can win one.
He's
going to. Like I can just already see it. Like is the more people get to know him, like and just like
he earned the respect. He's been actually, he's kind of been the black sheep in the chat. Because he talks a lot of shit. He stirs up people's emotions a lot. That's what he does. And he said at the end of this one, he's like, I ain't talking no more shit. And everybody was just like, yo, I ain't going front. Like you backed it up. You know what I mean? Like, him and Simone, like they are little like, kind of rivals in the chat. Even she gave him his respect. She was like, she said, I'm gonna give you your weeds.
Yo, look, let me tell you, I really like I like Trey Authentic in Rap Elite a lot. I want to see more battle rappers make that leap to battle to Rap Elite. I feel like it's only going to up the competition. You know what I mean? Like these are guys that are trained to rock a room. You feel what I'm saying? So like if you transition that to beat well, then like come on, yo. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with Trey Authentic and Rap Elite. I feel like he snapped.
He sure did.
I'm trying to think of any feedback to give him.
Yeah, no, I mean it's hard to give him feedback unless he didn't do well. I mean, when you do that well, you know what I'm saying? He's like literally like right up there at the top. It just was a separation for real life. When real life gets into these strings, like I posted a clip when he signed up. I posted a clip from when he won the last time. And I think that verse needs to be studied more. That verse over 2 words, that real life verse over 2 words, bro.
Rewatch that one.
Oh, you gotta go rewatch that. I mean, every line between lines was a line. Like and the punches be so crazy. Like you better mail the chicken to me like roosters. You better mail chicken to me like roosters. But it's like in heel she's 6'1" like June 1st. Some like it's just.
I know he's smoking some very good Zaza. And he's taking his time. He
said that.
Yeah,
I can hear it. I know.
The nigga said,
I know.
Ha. I got a great I got a great sense of humor. For like, nigga. What? Like, yo.
Yeah.
And the rhyme structure among those punches be like.
Yeah. I just know he
found his stride, yo.
Scary, bruh. He's scary, bruh. Scary, bruh. When he's on,
they just need to just keep a clean delivery. You know what I'm saying? Practice it enough and deliver it clean. That's all you gotta do. Like he's good money.
Yeah, if he keeps getting cleaner, problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. That remember the time though.
Yeah.
Like, and he's complex too. The shit that he was doing in Sudden Deaths last year.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I know he be smoking that good pack, yo. He just be going there. He be going there. I hear it, yo.
Ha. What? Yeah. Real life, he's in, we have some announcements. I don't know if I should make them now. We have some announcements for the next episode. Should I make them now? I can make one of them now since we're talking about real life. So we do have some battles that are going down. This is a Southpaw / Rap Elite card on February 20th, next episode. So we do have 3 Southpaw battles. One of those battles is Real Life versus Robaloo. Real Life versus Robaloo, 3 rounds.
Damn. 3 rounds?
3 rounds. All battles are going to be 3 rounds.
Shit.
Real Life, Robaloo, and Real Life said.
Any hot takes?
I mean, you know, we got to judge, so I don't really like.
Yeah, I can't do a hot take.
Yeah, I don't really
it's just like, it's just that the reason I asked is because it's tough.
Yes,
wow.
Like, I don't know where I would.
That's tough.
My thing is, there's two big variables, right? One is we've never seen Robaloo complete a battle.
True.
With 3 written rounds. Yeah, I know he can, but we've never seen it.
We've seen him be really good up there, though.
We've seen him be really good, at least for a round or 2 or a round and a half. But we've never seen him be Robaloo.
Has Real Life ever battled?
Real Life has never battled. That's the other wild card.
That's all right. So that's why it was so crazy for me.
His
so
style of writing, though, and he loves this shit. Like, he loves battle rap. He asked for this. You know, it wasn't, you know, there's some MCs where I have to reach out to and I'm like, yo, have you ever thought about battling type thing? This is different. This is a person that's like, hey, I need a battle, bro. Like, this is where I fuck with this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's one of those. And if you listen and you think about his Cypher content and the lines that he writes, you know, imagining that directed at a person and his entertainment factors, the entertainment factors that he brings is very interesting. He has the ability to be very explosive in a battle. If he can channel that same type of energy from the Cypher to his battles, he could be a problem. But the question is, how well does he handle preparation?
Mm-hmm.
If you never had to prepare for a battle, you don't really know the depth of it. But he said he's still gonna do the Cypher.
But look, you know what? Also going with that though, going back to what you said, we still haven't seen Robaloo complete 3
rounds. So it's not like
we'll see.
We'll see.
That's why I was asking for the hot takes. Like, what? You know, I guess it's a hard one to call, man. I'm excited to see it though because I know both of those guys can be electrifying.
Right.
Yeah. So absolutely. That's the thing about it. Like, that's exciting.
Entertainers by nature. Both of them are entertainers by nature. Yeah. And their styles of content and writing is such a contrast. Yeah. It's such a style clash. It's such a wild style clash.
Yeah.
When I thought about it in my head, I was like, yeah, I think this is gonna be, you know, let me see if we can pull this together because I think that'll be a cool ass style clash between the two of them. The energy is gonna be wild.
Did he pick for Robaloo, or that's somebody you picked?
That's somebody I picked. He had a different opponent. It was supposed to be Real Life and Chuck Dolo.
Interesting. That would have been those styles I would say match more.
Right.
Has Chuck Dolo done a battle yet?
No. But he had to cancel. But hopefully,
I would like to see him on the stage battling for sure. Yeah. I like his lines.
Yeah,
I like how he raps.
So yeah, we got 2 more battles to announce, and then we also need to figure out who's gonna go up against Team Skinny Hendrix. So it's gonna be a longer episode next time. We won't have any live performers. We might be in the building a little longer than last time. But we will start on time. So if you're watching this, Producers Lounge will start on time.
Yo, Ray, what's up with C-Dub? You heard from C-Dub?
I seen him comment on something recently or something, but he ain't been, I don't, signups are happening as we
That
speak.
nigga
So
too, man.
might
C-Dub.
have to reach out to the brother.
Yeah, C-Dub was dope.
I wonder who signed up since.
Bringing up Chuck Dolo made me think of him because they was, you know what I'm saying? I started taking notice of both of them around the same time.
Yeah, that was definitely the same class. Let's see, who was this that signed up? Oh, Simone signed up. So Simone's definitely going to be back. I'm not surprised. We still got about 20.
The logo too, man. Vincent J gotta watch out for that though. Simone might end up being a logo one day too, man. That is that's an Iron Man player right there.
Oh, for sure. She don't miss no games.
Yeah, she don't miss no games. That's what I mean. Like she don't be missing no games. She there.
Definitely don't miss no games. Like, and that's.
What was she perfect attendance last year?
You know what's crazy? She got a battle. She has a battle in Maryland the day before. I just thought about that. She has her first battle in Maryland the day before, February 19th.
Versus who?
I don't know. A dude, I think.
On what league?
I gotta find out. Because I would have put her on this card.
So she gonna battle on Southpaw?
She's definitely gonna battle on Southpaw. She's been supposed to battle on Southpaw. Been supposed to happen. But every time she get lined up,
still looking at her.
I mean, I gotta figure that out now because every time we line her up, somebody cancels on her. She was lined up against Mel and Kula.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did she watch battle rap?
Oh, yeah. Yes, very much. You remember that one that she almost won? She said something like, "This ain't no hustle and coffee. This a real scrap, something."
Did.
Yeah. And then Miss Hustle commented on that clip.
She did say that.
Miss Hustle commented on the clip when we posted.
Interesting.
Yeah, so she's heavy into battle rap. Oh, who said that? She battling on Showtime? Nuh-uh. Trey said, I gotta find out. No,
I want to know who. I gotta know who.
That's crazy.
You might have to take that trip.
Yeah, I might have to roll up there. Yeah,
have to roll up there. Check that out.
They using our one of our event names though.
Hold on, didn't you have a whole scheme? Was that the same battle league? Yeah, that scheme on.
What? No, I ain't battled.
When you battled Hoffa?
No, not on Showtime. I battled Hoffa on URL.
No, didn't you have the scheme about that though?
I did talk about that. I talked about when I was supposed to battle at Showtime.
Ain't nobody show up or something like that?
Yeah, it was all late. It was like 4 hours late. I had to come back and do
rap. Yeah. I remember that. I remember
Yeah, I was supposed to smoke what's the name that day?
Lost the
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. You had a crazy verse for that. I remember.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the open cipher. Shout out to Real Life. The Cypher verse Cypher, once again, super dope. Obviously the standout performances with Chance Fisher. I think, who else on Ant's side?
Sniper that night. Can we talk about that real quick?
Chance?
Yeah.
Chance is going low-key viral.
Yeah, word.
Chance,
I gotta watch this playback.
The first clip of Chance verse on our page, and this is not even his whole verse, but that shit is like 470 something likes and like close to 8,000 views on that bitch.
Woo.
7,693 views. And then the second half of his
What's it on? The story or
got another 457 likes. This is the one we're joint on, and that one is like 4,000 something views. So like, and it's going crazy on Twitter too. Yeah, like it's got that's definitely verse of the night, I'm gonna have to say.
Shit, yo.
Yeah, he went crazy. He went crazy. What are they telling me? Check the group chat. What's happening in the group chat?
And what's crazy is like he just stood there. He wasn't moving around crazy. He wasn't doing nothing. He just stood there. It was dumb, man. I can't wait to watch the full playback on that joint.
Yeah, shit was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about in there. But yeah, so that went crazy. Sneeze went crazy. the whole Team Skinny pretty much did their thing. It was some rockiness on Ant's side. I thought Illiterate did well. I thought he definitely held his own. Chance definitely saved the day as far as just like making sure, you know, abnormally, I know BC is sick about, you know, that's just an anomaly. Like,
yeah,
9.9 times out of 10, you're never gonna see BC forget some rhymes. Like that's just unheard of. Which is one of the reasons, not one of the reasons, which is the reason he was the first person to sign up for the open cipher for next episode. So
that's a real nigga right there.
Facts.
He's like, nah, I gotta circle back, yo.
Right, that's what he said. I
gotta run my fade back. Gotta run my fade back. You know what's dope though is that he has some shit in there. Like
sure.
Like when he started going, like he had some shit in there. I was like hurt for him.
Yeah.
Like,
he said get his hoodie ready. So, you know, for those anyone that may be sleeping on BC, I definitely wouldn't.
Look, just tell BC to make sure to have a sudden death verse.
Facts.
Don't play around.
Facts.
You gonna do it and you talk about the hoodie, nigga. Bring an extra verse.
Don't sure. You know it's crazy because we talked all about that.
Forget about that part.
Right. And then, you know, must be mentioned, Real Life is only the second MC since the scoring system was established to win without a sudden death. Mm-hmm. Just don't expect it, guys. No, just do not expect it. Once again, you're also expecting, you know, your competition just not rap at a certain level. That's just not what you want to expect. You want to expect that everyone's going to rap, or, you know, the top of the heap is going to rap at the top of the heap. And, you know, so if that's the case, you may very well have to rap again. So make sure that y'all are ready for that if you plan to win. If you plan to win, you have to have a sudden death. Got to. That's the scary thing about Real Life too, though. He's got that sudden death day when he won. That was probably one of the craziest sudden death verses I've ever heard. Like, I ain't never seen nobody punch like that in a sudden death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For some reason, it's like our sudden deaths are never for the punchers. Like they never punched during sudden death. Yeah. Like, but he did, and it was like violent. Yeah. I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah. That's what I'd be expecting. I honestly be expecting the sudden death verses to be harder than the main verse.
It never is hardly.
Yeah, it's
very rare. That's very rare.
I expect the second verse to be crazier.
Right.
Like that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to go up.
Right. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But now I appreciate, you know, the time. Appreciate those that tuned in. The next episode is February 20th. The next draft is February 9th at Brewers Cafe. Shout out to Brewers Cafe. Shout out to Tang and Biscuit. Shout out to Community 50/50, who was a vendor in the building that night. They're going to be a vendor this next episode as well. If those that are watching, we do have vendor tables available. We will also be rolling out sponsorship opportunities. where you can sponsor an entire episode. So definitely want to make sure that just as you can see, our stage setup is improved. There's a lot of things, new venue. It's a lot of new things going on. And we're gonna keep elevating the platform and trying to make this more and more valuable for the MCs and just make it more and more entertaining for the people that come to our events and watch our web shows as well. So the web show will be back very soon as well, before the next episode. That's the goal. So we're working on that for y'all. Any last words from y'all?
No, I don't have any.
I really can't wait for next episode. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited for the battles. I want to know what the second announcement is. Or did you make it? You ain't make it.
I didn't make it yet.
It's something to do with the next episode.
A good, there's 2 more battles. More battles.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna let them flyers drop. We're gonna let them joints. You know, I think that's probably the best way. Maybe not. Maybe I should just say it now. Should I just say it now? What you think? Y'all vote on it.
Hey, hold it and do a rollout, man. Roll it out.
Roll it out. That's what I was thinking.
Just roll it out, man. I think the surprise of Simone J is good. You know.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough for those that tune.
Surprise, like for me at least.
Yeah, facts.
I gotta look up La Frost. You know what I'm saying? See what that's about, but that's what.
Yeah, I gotta see. Simone is actually rapping on Showtime Battle Arena. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hayes the Gift is headlining that joint.
Oh, you pulled it up?
Yeah, Wes. Spielberg. Yeah, dropped it in the joint.
Oh, you talking about that shit? That's what I told you. They stole our event name. Card Against Humanity.
Dang, I didn't even realize that. I didn't even look at the card name.
And then that's the one you battled Genia on.
Dang, the 19th. I'm not even gonna be able to go on the 19th. Gotta do this podcast all day.
That's crazy.
All right, man. I'm about to go pick up my
man. Yeah, definitely time for.
All right, y'all. Peace, Rap Elite.
Peace.